Well, like the same feeling we have when we play both games in a week with Arsenal, and if you look back what you did in that period, it was a hard period for us, because in that period you play Arsenal 2 times in the middle of the week and with a lot of games, and we were also with that feeling. So the target for me, it's try to maintain what we are doing. I think that's very important, because if you do that, we will achieve target like the one we achieved in the last game. So it was a big surprise for me in the game, and we won 8. We reach 8 away victories in the Premier League. So that's the kind of things. That's the kind of things comes with the consistent in the personality to play the way we play. So the target should be that first one, to continue to play that solid, compact, with a big ambition to play our game, to control the game with the ball, like we did away home with Watford and away with Everton.
You and the players, does it feel like you're in a race for the top 4?
No, I think we and to be honest, so when you look for that, it's comfortable for us to be in this position. And but I used to say, this point and this position cannot give comfortable to don't work, no, to continue to work. It means that we have confidence to continue the way we are working. So that's the target, and I think it's we need to play against ourselves. That's to challenge ourselves. When you play against different teams, and Leeds, it's one of them, the way they press, the way they run, the way they play, and against our system, against that system, to play the way we play. This is and tomorrow again, another test. Crystal Palace, what we learn first time when we play against them, what we learn in that game. Second time we play against Crystal Palace, what we learn to play against them. And tomorrow going to be a good test, because they are hard, as you know. They run a lot, they press high, and you need to have confidence to play our game and to understand the space that their system and that way they play give us to us.
When you look at your analysis of Leeds, clearly under Bielsa they had a very distinctive style. How much has that perhaps changed, if at all, under the new manager?
No, change some things. We can see now they are more. How do you say? They have when they are there to, especially to press. They wait a little bit. They are more patient, So they wait for the opponent to put the ball in some places, and then they start to run. They start to press. I think they are a little bit more patient, but they come with that. At the end, they have to run a lot, to press high, to try to win the duels, to when they are defending situations in 1-against-1, and offensive. Look, I think they are in the same style. Some players change a little bit the position, but every time good dynamic. They want to have the ball solid on the back 4, 2 midfielders every time near the ball to build up the game, and 4 amazing strikers. I know some of them. Benford worked with Carlos in Middlesbrough. Rafinha played against me when he was in Sporting. The kid was my player in Swansea. They bite for Manchester United. Now I forget his name. James. It was my player in Swansea. So fast, very good in 1-against-1s, very good in attack, the space in behind. So a strong opponent to play against.
Jesse March has been speaking ahead of the game as well. The bad news for you is that Calvin Phillips and Liam Cooper are both available. How much will that change the dynamic of that Leeds setup and that Leeds team if they were to play, because they're both great players?
It's not bad news for me, because I want to play against the best. So that's a motivation for my player. So Phillips is a good player, but in that place I have also João, and and Ruben. So they are doing also very well. So that's a challenge. That's why for me every time this challenge is to put the pressure to play the way we play against these top players. So and look, big pleasure to see Phillips back on the game because he's a top player also.
And final point for me, if I may, it's probably something you've spoken about a lot this season, how good defensively you've been. You have the fourth best defensive record in the Premier League behind City, Liverpool and Chelsea, conceding just 23 goals. How important has Conor Cody been to that defensive setup? And are you expecting him to be called up by Gareth Southgate for the international break because he's been so good for you?
No, Cody is the last game. It was so important, defensive and offensive, because he scored a goal like a striker. Look, defensive is a teamwork. I think we are defending very well. The line of five are doing a fantastic job with the three centre backs, very compact, so they know how to work together. And in the end, it's a teamwork. So just not the five, just not our goalkeeper, is also the way we press in front. And Raul and the wingers and Fabio when he plays, they are very good in that. So that's why for me, it's every time teamwork and defensive. You can see the real spirit of our team. And
no surprise to see Conor involved in the England setup once again because of his qualities for you.
No surprise at all. No surprise. He's like I said after the game against Everton, he's maybe one of the best guys I know in football. Every time with a big ambition, he's the first guy in the building in the morning. Every time bring motivation to everyone. So the leadership is by example. So it's one of the best. I'm very happy to work with him. Thank you.
Hi, Bruno. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Great to see you in person. The performance against Everton recently was another evidence the resiliency we're seeing from Wolves this season. What do you think is it down to?
Look, that's the way. When you come to a new club and to work with new players, you try to understand the profile of the players. And from my point of view, I said to them, look, we cannot, and also it's not a secret, but it's a consequences of the work of the way to play. We cannot be during 90 minutes defending most of the time. And one of the things to protect ourselves is to have the ball. So we are defending well, but we cannot stay more time than defending. We need to have the ball so we can control the game with the ball. And I think we did that in our best way in the second half against Everton. We control the game with the ball. When we see the opportunities to attack and to find the spaces, we attack. And I think that's the big lesson we take when we play against opponents who come to press and in 2 or 3 touches, or we lose the ball, or we try to play long balls because we don't have that profile. We play with Daniel in front, we play with Wang in front. When you put long balls, is losing the ball or giving the ball away. So we need to find a way to control the game with the ball, and we don't have the ball, but we cannot spend too much time defending.
You spoke in the past about the fact you don't want the players to be too relaxed. How would you assess the intensity levels of the team at this stage?
No, look, they work hard since the first day, so it's very important, and we feel that's the team spirit and the way these guys work, and like I said, Cody is a good example of the intensity put in the training. Also, like Raul and João, everyone give us a good intensity in the training. And the thing is, we cannot be relaxing because sometimes when you arrive and we arrive with 40 points in the middle of February and maybe the season is done. No, we have a lot of things to continue. So that position, the position we have now, is not to relax, but can give us confidence to continue and to believe the way we are working and play.
In terms of Leeds tomorrow, in which areas do you think they can challenge you?
That's the challenge. They will come to press us, and we need to have confident and courage to have the ball. From that's the only thing that's the pressure I want for tomorrow. Have the ball, keep the ball with patience. They come with press, and we need to find our spaces. We need to find our players. We need to manage the ball when they come in the duels in the 1-against-1. We need to have the ball. That's why for me, I'm going to be the key points for tomorrow. How long we can keep the ball against a team who can press high as needs. Welcome. Hi.
Hello, Bruno. Nice to see you again. You've talked a little bit recently, and it's not just about Palace, but in that one in particular, about teams who've played you before, and you've got to try and learn about how you play against them when you've met them before. Are you finding that other teams are learning more about you now and the way you want to play the game after now you've had more than half a season in England?
Yeah, that's the challenge. That's why we analyze everything the same way we analyze everything. The opponent analyze also everything for sure. Every team they have strong things and weakness points. We try to hide the weakest points. But for sure, if they analyze, they will see that like every team we are not strong in some areas, but we are strong in others. So I think every team have good things and bad things. We try to hide and protect a little bit from the good things we don't have in our game. And one of them is that, and it's so clear. We cannot play in the different style when we play against teams. They come with high pressure and they are very strong in the aerial duels. We need to find a way. We are doing that, but I want more consistency in that.
So I appreciate all the other teams are different. They've all got their own strengths. But are you seeing that other teams are starting to do different things against Wolves now?
Okay, and also depending of the opponent, because
yes,
imagine for a team like Leeds, especially the new manager just have 3 games, but when you look for Leeds with Bielsa, the profile of the players is to run 90 minutes and to press high and to continue the ball, even with the ball every time, to create a lot of chances, to put the ball every time in front or the back of the defenders. But some of the teams cannot, they don't have that profile of the players. So every team, they have their own strategy and way to play depending of the players. If I want to play with fast wingers to cross to area duels, I cannot, because I just have one man striker. So I need to find a different ways. There's one system that we learn a little bit, especially in the last 2 games, how to play against them, and the game against Watford give us the response we want. There's not that reaction from the players that they come with a bad result and a bad performance, but also the way we play against Watford, and it was very good for us to see that if they try to create that problem, we can solve it in a different way.
Sure. Yeah, I see. Just one more quickly from me, for me. We saw Maximilian Kilman come back in at Everton. He'd obviously missed a game for the first time this season, but he came back looking very calm and confident. That speaks a lot for him, because it's obviously been a big season for him and he's had a lot of football, but it didn't take long for him to get back to his best again.
Oh, Mike, that's sometimes simple things. It's so important in football like that. Just when you are in the focus and you are with not good performance, this kind of things can happen in the long season, like you said.
Sure.
Sometimes we have a good competition in the group. Bonny was ready to play, and we change. So we rest a couple of days max out of the pressure, and comes Bonny. And what happened? Now we see Bonny, the way he plays, it was very good. one of my assistants said that someone wrote about his performance. It was very good in the last few years. It was a massive performance, and I was very happy because Burnley did very well. And after come Max again against Stafford, and again, the level of Max comes again. So sometimes little things is not to put anyone out, is to involve everyone. And after these 2 games, I won the 2 players because Max wasn't in a bad moment, and Burnley was out without playing. And now I have 2 good solutions for that position.
Lovely. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.